So, hi everybody. I'm here today with my co-facilitator, Eileen Pugh. My name is John Doherty, and together we are organizing, is it our third um,
Yes.
retreat, Soul and Nature retreat here in the lovely sunny Alicante in Spain. Um, this retreat is for people who have lost their partners or husbands or wives to death. And it's very much about helping them to restore their energies, be amongst like-minded people, and get some sunshine. So we did our first one 2 years ago. Um, and yeah, Eileen, maybe just checking in with you. Um, where did this idea come from, and how did we get here today?
So we met you over 20 years ago. We're getting older. Um, Studying with Derek and myself. And I loved your facilitation skills on courses that we ran. Um, and then when Derek was sick, we hoped to go out to Spain ourselves. Didn't get there. And the following year I decided to go myself. And the group was a mixture by fluke of 50-50 widowed and separated people or divorced. And for me, it really spoke to me that I needed widowed only. Um, so I ran a weekend in Dublin and met the most wonderful people, still very close to them now. And it was a turning point for us. And holidays and going away is very, very difficult when you've lost your number one person. So hence El Campello appealed very much 5 months of each one way and three, I think it's three the other, is it?
Hmm.
No nightclubs, nice restaurants. Um, so if nothing else, the sun and the heat would help. And as it turned out, so much more else. Being with other people where you could where your story was welcome, where there's no awkwardness when you bring up your husband's name or your wife's name. And in fact, people want to know more about them. So an unforeseen huge benefit was that sharing and that the black humor that we have, which we do have. So while we have tears, we also have a lot of laughter. And I just loved the waves. I loved the squirrels. I loved this year I kayaked. Um, and I loved your sessions in the morning. I loved the safety. We were in our own room, but we could opt in and opt out of everything. We didn't have to look at couples, which is the dread for most people in hotels or even in apartments. Um, so it's not a holiday, it's work. Um, but it's very enjoyable work and in a supportive place. So last year we got up and did a lot of sunrise walks, some of us, and some of us did sunset walks as well. And then during the day, we would have a session with yourself in the morning and with me in the afternoon, but breaks that you could go for a swim and that, the fact that the sea is literally less than a 5 minute walk was huge. Um, I loved the yoga on the beach and I absolutely loved the sunsets. And then in the evenings, there's the option to go for dinner together, or if somebody wants time on their own, they can have dinner in the center. And maybe a few have dinner in the center, but generally everybody will know where they're going.
Hmm.
Um, and there's no questions asked to take whatever you need. And I guess my belief is that we're adults and our souls know what we need. Um, and the tram being nearby was great too. I've worked out now how to get tram cards. So this year will be even better. I won't be chasing people up and down and hoping that the police don't catch me. Um, yeah, so that's it's made a huge difference to my life. And I know it has to anyone who's come because I still see quite a few of them. Um, all you have to do is show up.
Hmm. Yeah, I suppose for a lot of people, they may have never done a retreat before, and it might be a bit scary for them, or they're not sure what's going on or what might be involved. But you know, I guess we want to reassure people, don't we, that this is kind of like, well, it has holiday elements in the sense that it's on the beach and the sun and, but it's also a supportive environment. It's not a religious thing, which is sometimes synonymous with retreats, but it's more to support people, isn't it, in the journey of having lost their loved partner, number one partner, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like I would have a lot of people who say, "Oh no, I can't do mindfulness
Hmm.
as well." So you don't have to. You
No.
can go for a walk instead if it doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
The afternoons tend to be more conversation and activity. So if somebody doesn't like something or it's not for them, which hasn't actually happened, people can just leave. They're free to go off and go shopping, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Um, and I think a big part of healing is you're trying to create a life that you really didn't want. I didn't want this,
Hmm.
but I can make it a lot better by showing up and embracing good hours. Yeah. And I think through hearing each other's stories and you know, life still keeps going, the world keeps spinning, and you're trying to deal with it from a whole different worldview. So it's a huge shock. It's an explosion. How do I, how do I meet any of this? But rather than crawling into a shell, you reach out, it does.
Yeah.
Yes. So I suppose for me, it was desperation. It was desperation. I needed to find other people. There weren't people my age or my generation. I was the first to my friends, first to my family. But I have met the most gorgeous people. And it's not like meeting other groups for the first time where it might take a while for you to settle in. It just takes minutes because the warmth and I suppose the beauty of the brokenness is there is so much love to give out. And you feel that. You really feel that. And then Maria is wonderful. Maria will give you a pamper or a healing, John's wife. And I love her center. Um, I love the drumming. There's very little I don't like.
Well, that's
I
what we're offering, isn't it, Eileen? Like we're offering a real chance for people to come and get some healing
yeah,
because oftentimes, we may not have the energy to keep going. We may not have the energy to pretend that we're okay when we're not. And, this is a chance to just come and get some healing, to let the sun heal you, the other people who are in a similar situation, the sharing heal you, the a bit of mindfulness, some treatments if you want them. It's really a healing place, isn't it, that we're offering?
yeah, and it's a place where you don't need to wear the mask. There
No.
is no chance. Everybody gets it. And then your sense of humor does help quite a bit too.
Yeah, and I'm offering a mindfulness class in the morning, and you don't need any experience for that either. As you say, everything is optional, and we organize a few trips as well to the local market and, and maybe one or two nice places to see and have dinner and so on. So in general, again, you don't need to, it's not the typical kind of, well, I'm going away on a holiday and I need to have energy. It's quite the opposite in a way. It's like, no, you're coming away to the sun. You don't need to have energy because in actual fact, you're coming away to get energy and to be energized again and, you know, and to connect into something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so hard to put words on it. But it's safe. It's a safe space. You have your own room with an ensuite. You can go back to it at any time. Uh, you'll find your place. Yeah, it is very difficult to put words on it. It's an experience.
Yeah, an experience that we want to offer everybody
Mm,
in that situation who's had to deal with the loss of their partner or husband or wife and we will look after you. That's what we're also saying. When you
abs-
come over, we will look after you 100%. So, because I can imagine there's a certain amount of trepidation, people coming into the unknown and so we want to reassure people. I mean, that's part of why we're doing this video, isn't it? That,
yeah.
to come, we want to welcome you, we want to support you, and we will look after you 100%, whatever you need while you're here.
Yeah, it's very, very daunting to come. But and there's no time limit. So we've had people who are 6 months bereaved right up to 19 years. So grief doesn't go away, but to find people who understand can be quite difficult. Whereas when you bring that's where the magic happens. We facilitate, but it happens through the group. The
Yeah,
group are just
the
yeah,
group,
powerful,
yeah,
powerful.
the group dynamic is really, really powerful. That's at the center of what we're doing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
so I suppose, just to say to people who might be watching this video, if you are interested, even in just exploring the idea and you want to find out more, um, can they contact you, Eileen?
absolutely. I ring them back straight away. Yeah, generally. Well, certainly same day,
Yeah,
because I know how much courage it takes to even make contact.
yeah, yeah. And even
Yeah,
if you're not sure about coming, but you just want to have a chat about maybe what it might be like, having a talk then with you, Eileen, is the way to go, is it? Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful, wonderful. So, yeah, so obviously we're going to be there from the 1st to the 8th of June this year. People fly into Alicante Airport, and then, we'll get you to the retreat center one way or another. Um, and and then, you have your own room en suite, just beside the sea. And it's, as Eileen said, it's contained, it's safe. We look after everybody, and it's going to be a week-long supportive time, and it's really the last 2 years we've run it. The feedback has been generally really good and transformational, I guess.
Yeah. And people come back a second time.
People come back a second time. I know, back for more.
Yeah.
And we're still coming back, Eileen. So I mean
We're
that's
still coming back, so we haven't run scared yet.
so if you'd like to
Very
find out
special.
more about the details, you can check out the website www.thebeehive.ie and look for the Soul and Nature Retreat. All the information is there. Or if you want to have a chat with Eileen or myself, you're very welcome to about what your needs might be or what might happen on the retreat.
Or
So
any concerns.
any concerns whatsoever. Yeah, yeah. Any last words, Eileen, before we sign off?
Take the jump. It's worth it.
Take the jump. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
We
Eileen.
look forward to welcome you.
Yes, we do. We look forward to seeing you and holding that space with you.